Father means a protector of his family, a provider, and gives lots of love and wisdom and knowledge, especially about God. That's what a father means to me.
The new documentary, From Fatherless to Fatherhood, explores the role of fathers in the African American community.
The purpose of this documentary is really to ignite discussion throughout the African American community about the importance of fatherhood, to let people understand that, especially young people understand that in a lot of cases their situation is not unique, that their lives are not determined by the absence of their father, that they can move beyond that and succeed nonetheless.
Producer Kobe Brown started this project 2 years ago. He says he gained insight from the many men and women he's met.
We need our fathers here. I'm not going to say, like, you can do it and how you can do it. Nah, like, we need to be men. The real definition of men is to take care of people. We need to take care of our own children.
I think what I've learned is that a good father is not defined by his, well, a level of education is important because education ultimately impacts the way that one can provide. But the most important thing really is a certain degree of selflessness, the ability to make sacrifices for others in order to provide them with love that they're going to need to be whole beings. Although we're bombarded with all these images and stories of absent fathers, there are positive fathers out here, and this project reveals who some of them are and what their experiences have been as well.
Jawanza Noureddin is one of those fathers. He's busy with a full-time job, runs a small business with his wife, but still, he makes it a priority to spend quality time with his 3 active sons, ages 4, 5, and 6.
It's a juggling act. I mean, that's the bottom line. But I do a lot of multitasking, and I'm motivated to be a good example for my children, a good example of a good husband, an example of a strong worker, an example of a good father. I want them to know and see that work equals reward.
He says he learned that lesson early on from his own father. Noureddin's parents separated when he was 10.
Even though we were in different states, every other weekend my dad made a 5-6 hour trip. He drove to see us every weekend consistently for probably a span of 8 years, every other weekend. And I appreciated that. I admired that. And that's the same type of presence I want to be able to have with my sons.
Noureddin says his faith and his wife, Dawn, both play a pivotal role in his relationship with his sons, especially since his wife is more of the disciplinarian.
There's no us without her. And we have a great balance with our sons that allows us to, I believe, do an effective job. But I am probably more of the father that's a friend than a disciplinarian. One of my challenges with discipline is that I look at my sons and I see the best in them. And one of the challenges is I have to know and realize that bringing out that best in them often requires discipline, not necessarily just friendship.
He's hopeful that his presence in their lives now will better prepare them for the future.
At a young age, there are a lot of challenges, and a lot of those challenges are tied back to lack of good fathers. And for me, I want my sons to be able to overcome those challenges. I know they'll be faced with them, but I want them to know how to overcome them.
TJ Holmes, CNN, Atlanta.